for another one of those days of late night streaming. Very late night. Let's get into week 5 of Season of the Deep. I was gonna stream this earlier, but I got distracted with a lot of things. Like, way earlier. Because I was doing, like, all the different Crucible challenges that were available. And this is right before reset, so yeah. Also, I want to state my opinion on something real fast because it seems to be the talking point. And I don't think many people know this, or at least pay attention enough to care. Because this has to do with the game. One thing I'll go over later, one thing I need to get off my chest right now. So, one of the people I watch, Rick Kakis, he made a good point. He mentioned this. He's one of the only people that mentioned this. Right now, yes, Destiny 2's in a rough spot in terms of, not the story. The story's in, like, a relatively good spot. It's the servers. And I'm gonna say this right now. A lot of people that say running servers is hard is not an excuse anymore. That's one, stupid because you clearly aren't running a server. Two, yes, it's been live service for 9 years. Doesn't mean that the servers are still perfect. Comparing it to other games doesn't help either because Division 2 plays differently than Destiny. There's a lot of different factors between the two games, so comparing those two is very stupid. Plus, that game's in service for less. So I bet probably if it reaches 9 years, it'll probably hit a wall at some point if they keep adding stuff. 2. The other thing is, Rick Hackers went over something very important that a lot of people are glancing over. And that's, Bungie is trying, they mentioned this a few twabs back ago, they're trying to upgrade the engine. They're trying to upgrade the engine that runs this game. And that's why we've been getting maintenance almost every reset. It's because during those downtimes, they're trying to upgrade the engine. So the game looks better, runs better, and stuff. But my guess and Rick Kakis' guess is that it's not going as smoothly as they thought, and they're hitting snags, i.e. the errors we're running into. So, the errors are because they are updating the engine. Especially since they've been using this engine for 9 years, it probably needs an upgrade. So, maybe, long-term goal that they're trying to do is, probably once the engine is updated, maybe we won't get these errors anymore. Who knows? We won't know until they finally complete the upgrade. And yes, that sounds like you should just grin and bear it. No, that's not fully the case. People are right to be upset. But if you're not behind the computers of these servers, then you shouldn't think that you know everything. Especially because Bungie went from 200 people, a group of 200 people, to, I don't even know how big their company is now, after being bought by PlayStation, or Sony in general. So, I don't even know how much bigger their group is, and that didn't happen that long ago. So they might still also be adjusting to that. That's just a guess. I don't know anything either. I'm just guessing. But the whole idea of we're getting these errors because they're trying to upgrade the engine makes more sense if you actually think about it. Because they're trying to upgrade the coding, and maybe it's rejecting that a bit. I've experienced a little bit of coding, so I kind of understand that much, that it's possible that the coding's rejecting or just straight up not working. Anyway, let's get into week 5. I'll do Titan this week. Also, hopefully, if my plan works this week, hopefully I'll get a Genshin stream out soon, especially before the next update. So I at least want to get Nikita's character story out there. So yeah. And then of course this week, and then eventually I'll get to doing what's it called? The aspect quest and all that. Also, I need to mention this as well, that I don't remember. Oh, another possible reason that the errors are happening is probably because of the fish thing. So, the quest looks like it got disabled, like, sort of. Like, you can still pick up the quest, just not from the actual place you're supposed to pick it up from. There's a new exotic quest that's time-gated that dropped. And new exotic fishes have dropped. And, so that happened. And there's a lot of stuff that happened with it. You can technically still pick up the quest from, like, the abandoned quest kiosk, but the description of it's gone, and you're supposed to pick it up from Hawthorne, but Hawthorne no longer has it. So, clearly there's something wrong with the quest, and not just the fish problem. So, my guess is that they temporarily disabled it, and maybe the maintenance will fix it. I don't know. I was gonna start the quest, but it looks like that plan has changed. Because the way you start it is to literally fish and get exotic fish, which I was gonna do that part off stream. Then you deposit it and you get broken sword. You get broken hive sword. And then it's time gated after that. But it looks like I'll have to wait to actually start the quest. No idea what weapon it'll lead to, though. I don't know if it's an actual exotic sword that's gonna be, or something else. So yeah, I'm just gonna do this week's story. Also, I'll show what I'm talking about. We go here, and we go to seasonal. Yeah, here it is. See, the rally, the fishing rally, is what I'm talking about. And see how there's no description anymore? I'm not gonna grab it because it's clearly not working. Or, like, disabled or something. But, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I think they semi-disabled it. I might be wrong, because I haven't actually, like, caught up in, like, the posts and stuff, so I don't know if or if anyone has said anything about, like, the quest looking like that. Especially since I haven't started it or done it yet. Anyway.
Ah, I see you. You see me too? Ha, good, good. Then it is all working. You, me, this projector. Even if we sometimes falter. There is a war building in Sloane's eyes. One that Zivu Arath will exploit, as she did with Osiris. Savathun wore his face, but it was Zivu Arath who took his light. Her whips drove him into a frenzy, lured him into danger, forced Sagira's sacrifice, and left him to die. Now she twists my thoughts into thorns, draws out the faces of the suffering Elixni into my dreams. She whispers that I took pleasure in their pain. I see their eyes as they died by my hands, and they see me. She does not lie. She challenges what you hold as a strength. Osiris' ambition, my protection, Sloane's duty. I have felt how the right word, the right face, can incite one to violence. But I have changed. What she has taken, it will not break me. Sloane is no warrior of glass, but the war within her. Even stone crumbles under enough strife. Stay with her, Guardian, as I should have with Osiris. We must offer her what support we are able, even if she does not want it.
Saint is pleased with the mission's progress, but remains concerned over Sloane's well-being. He recounts how Zivu Arath goaded Osiris into a battle he couldn't win, and how Sagira was slain as a result. Even Saint himself is not immune to the war god's barbs. I have felt how the right word, the right face, can entice one to violence, he says with a heavy heart. He urges you to stay beside Sloane and offer her the support she needs. Good thing Crow's not involved, because I can see what would happen there. What Zero Wrath would entice him with. What the hell? Okay, thank God. I sped through that. I was worried. A screen illuminates, revealing a encoded message that unscrambles itself as the projector recognizes your credentials. It reads, "It's on. Start recording." Oh, is it? It is okay. Hey, hero. Hey, hero. You dredged up some mighty fine scrap for me, pyramid tech that all those rot bags could get their hands on. And I hammered that black gold into shape. Now my rig's running smoother than liquid methane. Sloane and the Long Girl, their special link is pretty strong, thanks to you and me, but it's missing something to bridge the gap between the big old worm and our little lady. Thunder guns, respectfully. Seeing as how you're always in the mood to do favors, how about one more? I need something under the table. I need a little something out of both worlds, you dig? One of those, traitor ghosts. The bad ones. The hive ones. Scrap them and bring me the fragments. Savvy's throne world is chock full of them, but I got one in mind. Details will hit you soon. Oh. That kind of fits now that the throne world was the first fish rally location. Ah. Hopefully I didn't accidentally, like, skip anything there. Let me switch stuff up real fast. Start with this week. Hand cannon and pulse rifle. Should be good. Been a while since we had a story reason to go back to the throne world. I'm glad that they're reconnecting, like last year's expansion with this one, or this year's season.
You're gonna need to be prepared if you're gonna tackle the Witness's disciples' goons. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that had to hurt. And it right in that guy's head. Let's see, do I have weapons that fit this? Might as well like use this. Come on, load so I can. Okay, you already messed with. Never mind. I may also download this on PS5 just so I can have faster loading times sometimes. But we'll see. Yeah, you. Also, I now own the whole Storm series on Xbox, so future playthrough of the whole Storm series, Storm 1 through 4, at some point. But I will say, Storm 1 is not great at fully telling the story of Part 1 Naruto. So, just be wary of that. I'll also say that when I play Storm 1. And that playthrough might be a while. Because I think I'll still need a capture card for that. Plus, I want to try to get the true ending unlocked. Because the way Storm 1 is played is interesting. In terms of, getting a true ending. And same with Storm 2 and Storm 3. They both have, like, secret, things that... Storm 2 has a secret fight after doing like a side quest, and then Storm 3 full burst, you have to also do some stuff post story to unlock the true final battle. Because they kind of connect to the next game. Is there another one? Right. I now remember. Where's the last one I need to open? Is it? Did I not finish this one? Oh, I guess I didn't. Now where to? Oh yeah, isn't this like a very short week? If that's the case, then I'll just do a deep dive and a salvage right after I do the story bits. Because I need to kind of do both anyway to do some story challenges. Let's see. Power weapons and salvage. Deep dive activity. Salvage or using a void subclass. And then season of the deep weapon. Yeah, this is a very short week, it seems. If I don't get stuck on stuff.
Our minds are one, linked by the darkness. But only for a moment. I must borrow Sloane's voice to speak my words. Please, heed them well. Before you can confront the witness, you must understand it. The witness's first victims were once like you, struggling for survival, bolstered by hope, until their hopes became reality. They called it the Gardener, their deity of life. It ushered them into a golden age. For eons they prospered. But their newfound god never spoke to them. It lavished them with gifts, but not with guidance. And though they lived in paradise, they came to crave a greater purpose. They desired meaning, structure, a winnower, to shape the garden. Their scholars discovered that the Gardener shared a connection with another entity among the stars. They called it the Veil, and when they found it, they arrived to claim it. They already knew much about the light, how it could bend the laws of the universe and create life. But they came to realize that it could bring ruin just as easily. The cosmic events it set in motion could wipe out entire civilizations in a heartbeat, without reason. And so they saw the light, not as a source of prosperity, but of unfettered chaos. By studying the Veil, they came to know the darkness. A power that was shaped by thought and consciousness. And in the darkness, they found the means to carve away the chaos of existence, to calcify it into a final shape. Eternal and perfected. They brought the Veil back to the Gardener in an attempt to strengthen their connection. There, they could reshape reality itself. The Gardener would not allow it. And so it fled their world. But they would not be deterred. Having witnessed the truth in the darkness, they used its binding power to merge themselves. into the salvation they craved. Thus began the Witness's pursuit. Its campaign to impose meaning on a meaningless universe. One that is nearly at its end.
Sorry for the little techie glitches there. That was me taking screenshots, just to be safe. Should probably did that with another character off stream, but I'll I'll be careful with that. Also, before I go talk to Sloane, I'm gonna mention a few things. First thing is the art that was used in that scene. Bungie has already made a statement about that. I'm not gonna get too much into it. But yeah, there's already been an apology for that. The second thing is what was shown. That was the origin of the Witness. And what their plan is with the final shape. Which is to rewrite reality. That makes final shape way bigger stakes than we thought. The problem is the way this was executed. This should have been, I agree with some of the other people that have stated with this. That cutscene should have been in Lightfall. If anything, it should have been a Lightfall quest. Similar to how we have the Veil quest. Where we go to the do Veil research. If anything, one of those Veil research should have had this cutscene, if anything. It should not be a seasonal cutscene. And that's the biggest issue with this. It's a seasonal cutscene. A season that eventually will go away. So, hopefully, either they show the cutscene again in final shape in some form. It doesn't have to be exact, but in some form would be appreciated. They have put the cutscene on YouTube, so I guess that kind of helps. But yeah, this should have been a part of Lightfall. That cutscene should have been a part of Lightfall in some way, instead of Season of the Deep, a temporary season. This also brings up the fact that the timeline thing that's on the director should have cutscenes. Should have a little mini cutscene or something for each, thing. Instead of just text. So people can actually, see the events that happened. Instead of having to look up the cutscenes for those seasons or expansions that are no longer in the game.
Well, now we've heard what Ahsa had to tell us. We know our enemy better than ever. To think that it all started with the need for purpose. How that need became an obsession. What bothers me most is how much I understand it. This mission. It's my purpose, my reason for being. My guiding light. Without it, I'm lost. I don't know who I am or what I'm supposed to do. And that lack of direction, it's harder to face than 1,000 battles. I felt the same about my previous mission when I held the line on Titan. And if I'm being honest, it feels like I failed. I survived, but for what reason? What was it all meant to achieve? The only answer I've found is to learn what Ahsa knows. If I can do that, it will all have been worth it. Our link ended before Ahsa could explain how to get through the portal. The bond took its toll. But we'll both be ready again soon. When that time has come and gone, then I can feel like I accomplished the mission.
Few things. Mood, by the way, the whole lack of direction thing she mentioned. I know that feeling. 2, the fact that we're about to learn how to go through the portal is going to be interesting. And that should be briefly explained in the final shape beginning cutscenes, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue of how we're gonna get through the portal. But yeah, there's a lot to think about. Also, I don't know what's wrong with the community. I will agree with Zavalar. The community is now finding every which reason, especially with this season. Even though this season's pretty good, they're finding every which reason to shit on Bungie and Destiny 2 in general. The servers make sense, yes. Cutscene. You do not need to freaking get pitchforks because of a cutscene. Also, game servers in 2023 always have been spotty. Not saying that's an excuse, but people just need to calm down. This is getting ridiculous of where the community is getting with trying to just find reasons. And yes, I get the whole you can't just stop playing because you spent so much time on this game anyway. But for the people that haven't touched the game in general, those people need to touch grass. And just blindly hating the game, touch grass. Anyway, Sloane seems to carry the full weight of Ahsa's revelations on her shoulders, likening the witness's obsession with finding purpose to her own internal struggles. She reflects on her own search for purpose and how it led her to cling to the mission at hand. Without it, she bravely admits to you, I'm lost. Again, I know the feeling. Sloane questions why she has endured all that she has. The only answer she can come with is to see her current mission through. If I can do that, it will all have been worth it. Her connection with Ahsa ended before she could tell us how to get through the portal. Once they have both recovered, it will be time for one last dive. So that means the seasonal story is ending next week, it sounds like. For now. Because we still have Solstice and probably an end of the season thing. And the Zara quest, once that's fully fixed. Grab that later, or I'll read that later, because I'm not done today.
never did tell me why you trust the Nine so much.
Oh, I don't. Not even a little. I trust Orin.
Orin.
Long story. The short of it is, I may have had a feeling or two for somebody a long time ago. Somebody that lost themselves along the way. But there's a little piece of her still out there. A sliver. Who still has a feeling or two for the somebody I could be. So I trust her. Because she ain't never steered me wrong. No matter how rotten I was. Because at the end of the day, maybe we gotta put our faith in something other than ourselves. Even if we're too stubborn to admit it.
I didn't expect you to put a lot of stock in faith.
And I didn't expect you to lose yours and keep moving. Guess we're all full of surprises, ain't we?
I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt that you're being genuine.
Oh, I'm always genuine. People just ain't always paying attention. For real, though, Moondust might have given me a push. Thought it'd help.
Sounds like familiar advice. Is it, though? Helping?
No joke? I think so.
Then we have that in common, too.
That's interesting, and I need that. This makes more sense because I saw a thumbnail about this. Or I saw a video title about this. The fact that the 9 was brought up all of a sudden. I have a feeling that's a tease for next season. Possibly. Or like upcoming season, or maybe a thing during the final shape that the 9 are going to get involved. And that is interesting to bring up. If you don't know who Orin is, she is the emissary of the 9. Not Zur, but in season of the Drifter. And every time when Trials of the 9 was a thing, for those people that barely know, she was the vendor. Or we would see her sometimes if you'd done the Zur bounties during the season of the Drifter. We would see her sometimes. She was a Titan, awoken Titan, that went after searching for the 9 and ended up becoming the emissary. And for some reason, she kept kept appearing for the Drifter a few times. And that's what Drifter's talking about, Orin. And I guess he still sees her within the emissary, because the emissary acts completely different than obvious. And then, the other thing is, she's no longer a guardian, that's for sure, because, her ghost fell to the ground when we witnessed how she became the emissary. Poor ghost. But if he sees a sliver of her that's left in the emissary, that's interesting, because that possibly means she could break free of the 9's control. Not saying the 9, she went there willingly, but maybe her true personality will shine out of the emissary. And also the 9 is, and if you look in the lore, the 9 is split. Some of it wants to help us, some of it wants to just sit back and watch the fireworks. There's another thing that actually reminded me. Also, Moondust or Eris giving him a push proves how close they've gotten. Yeah, there's a lot. This week is a lot to take in of what's going on. But I'm not done yet. So let's get into first salvage. Because why not? And we'll do deep dive. But yeah, it's interesting to think about all the stuff that's happening. Also, the person that Oren was hoping Drifter would be, basically during the time that they knew each other, he was judging youth. Or no, he was judging Hope. He was judging Hope during the time before she went looking for the Nine, and she didn't like that he was a Dredgen. I think, and like the memories that we were shown. There's like more to it. I don't completely remember everything that was shown, but yeah. It's a lot to think about. Or like, I think he's basically becoming the person that she wanted him to become. The other thing is, oh, the last time Drifter saw the emissary is when she dropped one of his coins in his hand, and that showed the pyramid ship. So that kind of led. That was kind of a tease in the Shadow Keep, where we saw the first pyramid. And that was also a tease for Season of Arrivals, because he got involved in that.
This feels good. We strike back as one fist, crushing Xivu Arath's forces. Get to work.
Also, it seems like there's a glitch. I'm calling it a glitch because I believe it is. But apparently, the Leviathan is back in the skybox of Nessus, which doesn't make any sense because it's supposed to be, or it's because it is still in the skybox of the moon.
They're not giving up. Protect our salvage, Guardians. work, Guardians. Stronger together.
Also, the first Veil Containment I'll do on its own quest, and then every other time I do Veil Containment, it'll be with, like, the other, like, Zod quest I'm working on, which would be the Strand one and Winterbite, as well as Zero to Hero. The best strategy to move faster.
Detecting multiple systemic failures in engineering. Guardians, I need you down there.
Got it. One second. Yeah, I got that. And take care of something.
hostiles gathering on the seafloor. Sending you in to deal with them. Guardians, stand strong. They're going to throw everything they have at us.
Let them try. Also, I don't know if this is a raid boss turned into a infinite boss, or if that's a different character, but apparently a raid boss is turned into a raid boss. Pick up. Salvage boss, I think? And I don't think it's the same salvage boss at the time, so I don't know if that's the one. Or if it's a different one.
Some of the tech we're salvaging looks like it could have been used for weapons and armor. Makes you wonder why a bunch of eggheads would need their own private arsenal.
Despite being a time of peace, the Golden Age saw many advancements in the field of weapons research.
No matter matter how good things get, someone's always gearing up for the next war.
All good things eventually come to an end. The collapse proved that once and for all.
Be right back. Alright. Now for a deep dive. Oops, I forgot to use the power weapon.
the next one and the one after that until it's done. I'm ready to get moving. Hear what else Ahsa has to say.
Good. It's the reasons we carry into the fight that see us through it. Yours hold strong.
Since I'm literally using Void, I might as well get a Void enhancement. Also, as you can see, the dives are becoming more corrupted with hive stuff. Hive statues and those things that look like they're from Crota's End. Those light things.
Ahsa can feel a horde of coral nearby. It's been harvested. Draw out whoever did it, and I'll keep reinforcements off your back.
Oops. Now there's more taken. I don't know what invoking darkness did, but it did something.
Turn this field of flesh to an offering.
my god. Hey, big boy. Damn, okay. That damage was ridiculous.
Almost like we planned it, Guardian. Let's think a little more and do it again.
That was a little crazy. Class ability, connect weapon.
Hive, taken, fallen, never made it off Titan, driven out of their minds. Down here, not much has changed for me.
I wondered why the Elixni here flew no banners. You really think nothing has changed, even with Ahsa?
It's the same fight, Saladin. The pieces move around, the lines inch back and forth, but this still just feels like attrition.
One of Xivu Arath's most prevalent tactics. But that's all it is. You feel attrition because she imposes it. We will outlast her.
I didn't need to do that. Ow.
Have your ghosts disrupt those power stations. We'll seize everything here.
My controller's dying like that. wonder why there's portals down here.
Almost like we planned it, Guardian. Let's sink a little more and do it again.
Precision.
You're moving out of standard transmat range now. Quick response fire team support unavailable. You're alone from here.
Trudging along the seafloor has been churning up a lot of memories. A lot of long nights in the open darkness. Almost didn't come back a few times. Almost didn't want to.
But your actions led you to this point. Those near misses are lessons learned. Now you have that benefit.
I am curious what the highest tier reward is.
You're on site, Guardian. I'll draw away their commander while you get the job done.
Can't ask for that. Ow. This is annoying.
Drill offline. Focus up, fire team.
Ow. Ow. And sniper. Damn it.
Damn! Watch out, Guardian. You've got incoming.
We were doing so well too, and then yeah, a lot happened. I think we technically, if we have completed that, we would have, I think, gotten the max. I think we would have gotten the max if we completed that.
A mad, fallen hound, ever seeking prey, born of wrath, driven by whips.
I wonder if the abyss depth is when you max out deep dive, when you reach the very bottom of deep dive. Alright, I forgot that this is how this one works. Oh no! Damn it! We got way too greedy at the end there. That sucked.
A mad, fallen hound, ever seeking prey, born of wrath, driven by whips.
Damn. You are in the line of sight. Wow, that was bullshit. That was stupid.
A mad, fallen hound, ever
The
seeking
solar damage
prey,
shouldn't
born
have
of
done
wrath,
that much.
driven by whips.
Good thing this is not like timed or anything. Stay alive. Damn, those snipers are ridiculous. Focus on him, not me. Stay alive. If you can hear me. There we go.
You've cleared all known extraction points in the sector. Surface and debrief, fire team.
Do you think your new Scion friends could help move this process along, Saladin?
I brought that question to them as well. They've expressed a great deal of concern about melding with a worm.
They don't trust her.
Trust isn't the issue. Their concern is safety. Your bond and taken affliction ground you. But for them, it would be more like touching a live wire. Ahsa's connection to the darkness would open them to others who could be watching, assuming it doesn't kill them outright.
Yeah, if you don't remember, she's a proto-worm that, like, rejected the darkness and stuff, and she was cast out by the, what would become the worm gods. Yeah, this is gonna take some more grinding, that's for sure. This time I'm gonna end it in front of the portal without going through. Let's do some reading and then we'll wrap up. I don't know what I expected. Zavala sits down, a data pad on his desk, watching Ikora pace back and forth across his office. I don't know. Maybe we should have. Ikora stops pacing. She turns to look at Zavala with a executionary or as I don't know. Stare. Another word I may have heard but not seen the spelling of. Every single enemy we fought was brought here by the Traveler. Slouching back into his chair. The High, the Fallen, the worst of the Cabal. His attention drifts down to the datapad. Sloane's report on the origins of the Witness. What's one more group of people chasing it? This isn't the Traveler's fault. Doubling back on Zavala's desk. You've read the same report I did. We are at war with an entire civilization condensed into an individual. Multitudes of resentment and hatred crushed into a singularity. Resentment towards the Traveler. I'm not saying the Traveler is at fault, I'm saying it's a harbinger of ill omen. Everywhere it's gone, nothing but death has followed. Does it realize that? Does it care? Approaches Zavala's desk. Ikora approaches Zavala's desk. Does it matter? She challenges him. Is obviously outgunned and running. For all the Traveler's strength, the Witness is the greater power. It never came to us to uplift us. It came to us for help. Zavala is silent. He looked up from the datapad to Ikora, then sighs and slowly rises from his seat. Ikora follows him with her eyes, watching him move to the window where he would gaze out at the traveler in the past. Now a fleet of allied vessels struggle to fill that void. Were they really that unified? Zavala asked, looking at Ikora's faint reflection. Who? The witness's people. Zavala stares past Ikora's reflection to the city. Were they truly of one mind, unified in a desire to become this thing? Or were they forced, compelled into action by the guidance of a few? She can feel the doubt in his words, not in his wonderings about the witness's origins, but in the vanguard. In what he sees as a parallel. Ikora steps to Zavala's side, briefly touching his elbow. We'd never become that. Not in all of Elsie's journeys through time. Not in any hypothetical future. We stand together because we believe what we're doing is right. Zavala interjects, looking Ikora in the eyes. She sighs, turning to face the window. Her shoulders sag, and she is lost in the details of the cityscape. I don't know what I expected either. But you're right. It wasn't this. I am curious how things are going to shape up literally when we get to the final shape with everyone's resolve in the end. But for now, I'm going to end it here. This will probably be uploaded late on reset. By the time you're seeing this. Hopefully later this week, I'm going to try to do Nahita's story and get that out of the way. I mean, like, so, and then make room for more stuff to come. Especially, like, another event is the next big event in Genshin, for example. Free Kaya outfit. And then, of course, Fontaine in after 3.8. But yeah, for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a good day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Be kind to each other. Hopefully things get better. And I'll see you guys in the next one.